A doctor takes a dead Marine's brain home with him and then allows his kids to hold it and take pictures with it.
Yeah, a decision that led to the doctor being reprimanded. But as 12 News investigative reporter Wendy Halloran reveals, it didn't keep Maricopa County from hiring that very same doctor to work on some of the most high-profile criminal cases.
The death of any military service member calls for dignity and respect. But that's not what this man gave a dead Marine. That's Dr. Mark Shelley, a forensic pathologist at the Maricopa County Medical Examiner's Office.
I would like to talk to you about you taking the brain of a deceased Marine Corps sergeant home with you for your children to handle.
He doesn't want to talk about what got him in serious trouble with the United States Navy in 2011, and some questioning his judgment. A decorated commander in the United States Navy, Dr. Shelley was a military medical examiner for the Naval Medical Center in Portsmouth, Virginia, in charge of autopsies for military members. He received many commendations, including the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal. On December 20th of 2011, Shelley was at the Marine Corps base in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, performing an autopsy on a Marine Corps sergeant who was found dead in his home. Shelley was then tasked with retaining the Marine's brain for future examination. Shelley took the brain in a jar and drove back to Virginia, where he was supposed to take it to the Portsmouth Naval Hospital. But Dr. Shelley would take a detour to his home. Records show he removed the Marine Corps sergeant's brain from the jar, held it, and allowed his young children to handle the brain, while his wife took photographs. Shelley returned the Marine Corps sergeant's brain to the hospital the next day. An anonymous caller called the police to tell them what he had done.
Dr. Shelley, why would you do something like that?
The Virginia Medical Board investigated and ultimately reprimanded Shelley, ordering him to pay a $2,500 fine. The Navy also reprimanded Shelley for dereliction of duty for failing to maintain control of evidence in the investigation into the Marine's death. He was also made to apologize to the dead Marine's family. With his clinical duties stripped by the Navy, he applied for work here at the Maricopa County Medical Examiner's Office, but he needed a license from the Arizona Board of Osteopathic Examiners to practice here. He disclosed what he'd done and in a letter explained his children expressed interest in his job, so he showed the brain to them. He wrote that he allowed them to gently fill the brain while wearing plastic mittens, but he failed to mention that he allowed his wife to take pictures. Arizona granted him his license despite what he did. In June 2013, Maricopa County hired Dr. Shelley, and he's worked there ever since.
Dr. Shelley, do you think that was appropriate? Should people here at the Medical Examiner's Office have concerns about your questionable past? Dr. Shelley, why would you do something like that? Dr. Shelley.
Talk to the people who already know all about it.
Did you disclose this to your employer when you applied? You did?
I did, yep.
And he's not willing to tell us anything further after we confronted him about it either.
Why would you do something like that?
Maricopa County issued a statement which reads in part, Dr. Shelley has paid a public price for one instance of poor judgment and has not repeated it during his time with Maricopa County. The high quality of his work since his hiring in 2013 justifies his position on our team. Wendy Halloran, 12 News.